Hello guys, welcome back to the next lecture in this video series of Spring Boot, Spring Boot web application. I believe this is the seventh lecture in this series, and today we will be talking a little bit about like some uh, things that make our application a little better. Like not uh, better in the sense it is a little more helpful, but not directly in a business way, but like it you can help see things, you can basically see the health of the application in a lot of things. And what you'll also get is we'll also talk about logging. So basically we'll be doing the actuator things. Actuator will be setting up that, and we will be doing the I'll try to explain a little bit about the logging and try catch exception blocks, so how that can be useful in here. So let's get into that. So first things first, actuator. Coming to that, we what we want to first do is we want to have this new dependency over here, which is basically for the actuator. So what we'll do is we'll go dependency, create a new dependency. The group ID would be org.springframework.boot, and then here we'll include Spring Boot starter actuator. So let me do a mail refresh. This thing should build, yeah, and it has been built. Now what you need to do is you basically need to go to the application properties and just add two lines over here. So management dot security dot enabled is equal to false, and another thing you need to do is management dot endpoints dot web dot exposure dot include is equal to star. And that's actually pretty much it for the actuator part. So actually, before running this, I would like to show you this page. So this is a page by Beildung. Beildung, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it is a very good page on the actuator. So all the setup we have already done, so you don't need to get into that, but you can actually go through these endpoints and just so you can read what they do over here, and then you can actually run as well. So let's start our application and see what we get right now. Yeah, so you see 13 endpoints have been enabled on the path actuator. This actually 13 endpoints are only coming because we have done this web exposure. Otherwise, by default, there are only 2 points which are exposed. I believe they're like actuator and the health endpoints. So yeah, so just skipping that, I directly wrote this as well. So now we will be getting a lot more information. So if I do a localhost 9191, so the port is still the same, and we just add actuator at the end. It will basically give you what all you can do. So maybe you want to see what beans are being creating. So if you do a send at this endpoint, so it will basically tell you this is the bean scope, this is the type, this is the resource. And so let's maybe try to look for a bean that we might be creating. So let's say we are creating this product type repository. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah. So product service, we are creating this. This is a singleton bean type of, this is our example, and this is the resources where it is sitting. So this is the service class, and it depends on two other beans, so product type repository and product repository. So basically this will be giving you everything, like everything about the beans in here. And again, so health, it doesn't really help us, it just sets it up. This is kind of the heartbeat we created in the first lecture, first or second lecture. So yeah, let me see what does info give us. So it's empty as of right now. And config props, conditions, you can basically get into all these things. Environment will give you a bunch of properties about environments. Loggers, I'm not really sure if we have. So we do have some loggers available, but I'm not sure where they're being used. I think these are all like the default loggers that we are creating. I believe we created a logger in the starting, the Java Spring application. Let's see if we can find that. Hey, here it is. So logging information. So we are logging at the level of information. All right, that's cool. So that is pretty much about the actuator. So like you can just go through this and basically just see what all is there and all that. So you can actually go through that. Now, one thing actually I wanted to do, so this thing is like just bugging me, so I just wanted to get rid of that. So where it is, yeah, this is new supported. So check. Actually, let me just replace these things. So hibernate, dialect, spring boot. So this is a very old page as well. So let me actually go to tools and I'll do, let's say, past year. Okay, this is the dialect it says. Muscular dialect of 5/7. We need the 5/7. No, it says 5/7 to use the 5/7. So let me copy that. I will go over here. Dialect, yeah. Just replace this like this. And what else was there? There was one more thing, no? I think that's it. Let me restart this application and see if everything is working fine. 5/7 is also depreciated. Use MySQL dialect only. Okay, let's do that. This does not really give us any advantage apart from like some sort of security defects and all that stuff. But yeah, in the application, you may not really have get a difference in such. But it's just that like I don't like seeing that thing over here, so that's why I am doing that. So just to make sure everything is running fine, I'll go to the Postman. I'll actually close all these. So close all tabs. Close all tabs. Close. So I'll just do a get product by ID. Okay, working fine. Get product, get the price range. Let's do that. Okay, that is also working. And let's just do get product by name as well, just to test the post method. Okay, everything is working fine. So that's good. Everything looks good. Now coming to the logging and exception handling parts, let's come to that. So for example, if I go into my controller and let's see what one do we want to test. Modify actually. So yeah, find product by product name. Let's go over here. So what we will do is actually I will get this response and I will keep it in a different product. So this will be list of products and I'll import this now. So list of products. This product is equal to this. I'll do this. Now what basically we will do is, so this is a simple just if else for the if a product is there. So for example, if we'll do so if list product is equal to null, which I don't suppose it can ever be, or let's size equal to 0. So basically what we'll do is we'll return a new response entity, but we will actually change the status code. So if we go to the web and we just search for the HTTP status codes really quick, status codes, we go into there, and successful response, but it is no content. So 201 is created, accepted, non-authoritative, no content. So 204 is basically no content. So what I'll do over here is 204, and this is a good result. So this will return list product. So if I just restart this application, and this should work fine. All right, let's see. Application is up. Let's go into here. So currently, as it is working fine. Let me change the name to a product which does not exist. So now we are getting a 204 no content. We won't be getting an empty list or anything. So that's again like that's not much of a difference on the actual application, but kind of good to have kind of a change if you understand what I'm saying. So this is done. Now let's come to logging as well. So yes, so I've already included this SLF4J logger. So this is a logger which is provided by Lombok by default. So you just provide this annotation and it will automatically give you a, what do you call it, logger. So basically what you can do is here what you'll do is log.info, let's say, and you will do no products found. So basically you just log this over here. So what will happen actually is like if you have some sort of logging mechanism, no? So like at an enterprise level. So basically there will be a log for this post mapping and then there will contain this body. And now it will, instead of just returning 204, basically you will be showing over here that no products are found. So that will be what is happening. So if I do another one over here, so basically this is informing you, okay, no products found. So this logging you can actually keep at both service level and the controller level as well. And it's actually a good practice to have at both levels. So at service level, for example, our application is quite simple. We usually just do some sort of validation, and I mean, we're not even doing any validations. We are just inserting the objects. So we don't really have anything to take care about. But in certain projects, you might want to do, like, let's say, you might want to what do you call it? You might want to do validation, then you're calling a different service, then you're doing something, then you're doing, let's say you have, maybe you have 10 steps with 10, like 5 different services. So you might want to have a logger at each end after each step so as to identify what went wrong. So if something goes wrong, basically you will go to the logger, like the log storage you'll have. You'll basically go over there, you will just see, okay, this is happening, okay, fine. Then you basically just exit the thing. Now, and coming to this thing now, what we can do over here, so we are doing a save product, but thinking about it, the get name, quantity, and price should never be null. Product type ID can be null because, like, let's say it's a new kind of a product, so it is possible it can be null. So if we go like this, so if we do this, right, so if we do if request dot get name is equal to null, or request dot get name dot length equal to 0, and you can actually do this with the rest of things as well, these things as well. So what you can do is a show new badge. Okay, we don't have a badge specific exception. So basically we want to throw an exception, but I was hoping we had certain like specific exceptions, like at least some generic ones. So we have this exception, we have illegal access. Is there something like bad request? Let's look for that. Arithmetic, out of bounds, assertion status, bootstrap, char sequence, char loader, class value, comparable, compiler, illegal. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't seem like we have anything such things. So actually what we can do is we can create a new exception as well. So if we just go to a class, we create a new class, Java exception dot, let's say, bad request exception. What you can just do is extends exception, and this has been created as an exception. Now what you can do is throw new bad request exception, and we'll provide a string over here. Name not present, let's say product name not present, and we need to create a constructor for this. We create a constructor, and we'll just do a super product name not found. And yeah, so when you throw an exception, if your function is throwing an exception, basically what you will do is you will have to have this over here. This is basically telling this method can throw all these exceptions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically what the super does is this calls the constructor of exception with a string. So we'll basically do that. So now going to the controller, the controller will be throwing having issues because like we have to either handle the exception or we have to. So basically we can say this method throws bad request exception, or what we can do is we can have a try catch block. So we'll do a try for this catch. What we'll do is let's say exception E, because we want to catch all the exceptions. We don't care about like if there's anything wrong or whatever. So we'll do is log.error e.getMessage, and we'll basically return new response entity, and basically we need to provide a certain basically a correct code. So let's see what it is. So 400, yes. So 400 is a bad request. So basically we can throw 400 over here. Okay, so http status code dot value of, and we basically will be throwing the 400 code. Now let's just start this application. Let's see how everything goes. So this is a safe product. I'll bring that up in the meantime. I'll close these. So this is a safe product which we are looking into. So let's just test it out for right now. Let's say PR123OD. That is the one that we are doing. So that's working fine as of right now. If I just bring up my database tool. So let's go in here. We'll go to product. We'll go to data. So yeah. So this has added it over here. Now let's say if I do a null endpoint over here. So null, if I put a null over here, so this is now throwing a bad request instead of just going a 500 internal server exception. And if you see, we have this logging over here as well, and it has been marked as an error. So if you see, the rest of the things are marked as an information or a warning. Warning is something that you can maybe make it better, but it's fine. Basically, your application will work, but it is an issue. Now, instead, like error is something that is causing a problem basically. So that is what an error is. And so this is a different level. So in the logging tool, you basically can do a search for it. So let's say all warnings are here. And so that's pretty much it for this video. So we did the actuator, we did the loggings, we did the try catch, and and also we got the taste of the exception as well. So basically how we can create exceptions, create your own exceptions, and just like you have a very simple what do you call it, implementation of it. Obviously you can make it as complex as possible. You can have maybe like 20 different fields over here which can be like time or whatever, but like I just wanted to keep everything simple. I hope you guys would also try these things out, like take these things further, and then you can like see what all you can do. Maybe like you create an exception with 20 different things and just see how it works and what all you can do with it. Just do all that. And also also I would advise you to go through the actuator just to play around, like what all it was doing. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lecture. If you do, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.